So what we're doing tonight is inviting the community to come together and express various concerns that we've seen. I know that I've experienced a lot of serious things with traffic in this city. It's been a good 10 years since we've had any crossing guards. We used to have that program before it was eliminated due to the budget situation about 10, 11 years ago. Since then, I have seen a lot of close calls personally. I know we've had a few crossing guards who've stepped up as parents. Suzanne is here. She's been a crossing guard in Lincoln. We know we have our own crossing guard who can't be here today. His name is Jesus. But they've stepped up. Yes, he deserves a round of applause. Ever since we tragically lost a volunteer crossing guard right around the time that the program was cut. And for those of you who don't know about Officer Jim, he is the artwork that you see placed by the crosswalk every morning here at Mission Park. So this forum is sort of in honor of him, and I want to thank Jane Parker for organizing it with Mayor Joe Gunter, Steve McShane as well. I think Jane is in a unique position because she doesn't have direct interest in the city council or the school board, so she's kind of someone who's taken an interest in our schools. She's been a great advocate for early childhood education, safety of children, and so I really appreciate everything that she's done to bring us together. And I also, just a quick plug for our Building a Better Board Facebook page. It's not a group, it's a movement. And even though I've repeatedly said we don't have an agenda, what we do is promote accountability and transparency. And as our superintendent, Martha Martinez, astutely pointed out, we do have an agenda, actually, and it's to give the community a voice. So this is part of that process. I hope you'll go to our Facebook page and follow us as we advocate for positive change in our community. So thank you for helping us with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Frank. And I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I was at a kind of an informal meeting about a month or a little over a month ago when some of these concerns were raised, and you know, I'm a county supervisor, and a lot of these issues are, you know, essentially city issues, school issues, but I thought, you know, it's been brought to my attention, let's convene the city, let's convene all of you, let's convene some other people who are able to help with problem solving on some of the issues that were raised. And so I want to thank Mayor Gunter, Councilmember McShane, and all of you for really showing up and being willing to talk about the issues in the community. So we need to be exploring solutions to the desire for increased safety around our schools. It's a huge set of issues that are at stake because we're talking about our kids and their future and their safety. We do have, there were a number of people who weren't able to be here tonight who did send emails. What we're going to do after I introduce people and allow the mayor and the council member to say a few words is we're going to have you work in groups at these tables with some of the you know, stellar experts whose name tags are up here. We're going to include those emails into your work so that you can incorporate the comments of people who weren't able to be here. We're all looking at how we can incorporate the interests and the safety of children, bicyclists, walkers, neighbors, the efficiency of school pickup and drop-off. It's a huge deal. And we know that the process of getting kids to school has become really kind of intense lately with there are a lot of traffic, a lot more driving of kids to school, a fair amount of chaos, some you know, possible rule breaking, and people cutting through neighborhoods and speeding. So we want to make sure that we keep the neighborhood feel around schools and in your neighborhoods. We want to have people who are walking and biking to work or to school or just for health and recreation. We want you all to be safe. So I want to thank you again for being here tonight. You are part of the problem solving, you know, issue identification and problem solving that we really need to have at the table. And you know what I've noticed I'm in my second term as a county supervisor, and what I've noticed is that one of the most effective ways to problem solve and to come up with solutions is to have the community involved with the elected officials and engage the appropriate staff. It's a three-legged stool. If you have one but not the others, it's very hard to get anything done. It gets very frustrating for everybody. So thank you all and all of the agency people and city people for being here tonight. So I want to also thank Frank Garden and Building a Better Board for really bringing this issue to my attention so that I could in turn bring it to others' attention and really engage all of you. And I want to thank the Mission Park PTA for putting out the word about this meeting and providing hospitality. And then also I want to thank again Mayor Gunter and Councilmember McShane. They're busy folks, and making themselves available tonight really makes a big difference. And also Superintendent Martha Martinez, thank you so much for being here. So we have quite an excellent group of people whose name tags are up here. We have Jerry Ross from the Salinas Police Department, wave would use, or so people know which one you are. Todd Muck from the Transportation Agency of Monterey County, there's Todd. James Serrano from the City of Salinas, wave, there you go. Carmen Gill from the Monterey County Health Department, she was standing in the back, now she's sitting over there. Benny Young from Public Works, Monterey County, thank you. Superintendent Martha Martinez is here, thank you. Steve McShane, council member, you've waved before, you're here, and there's Joe Gunter, he's here. And me. So we have a great group, and I just want to say that, the health department, so the reason that some of these people are here, the health department really works on walking as a public health issue, in addition to many other things. James Serrano from the City of Salinas, he's Mr. Bike Lanes. Salinas has one of the most comprehensive bicycle-friendly systems of any city of its size, and it's Mr. Serrano who is to thank for that. Todd Muck comes from the Transportation Agency. The Transportation Agency works on many issues, active transportation, which is kind of what we're here to talk about tonight, also traffic congestion relief. They have planners, and they also have a really beady eye on money, how we can bring money to solutions. The police department obviously is very interested in safety, and we want to also acknowledge, of course, the city school district is interested in the safety and learning of students. And so a lot of these issues come together at the school district. And let's see, so we've got Monterey County Public Works also working on active transportation. And the county is always happy to cooperate and be a creative problem solving to figure out the braiding of funding and how our different initiatives can work together with the city. So with that, I want to give Mayor Gunter a chance to say a few words. It's a public comment thing, so about 3 minutes, to welcome you and to say anything that you would like to say, and then we'll have Councilmember McShane also to say.
Steve will take 5.5. I only need 30 seconds. Thank you all for being here tonight. I think it's very important. I think sometimes we all forget that really we want the kids to get to school safely. We want them to get home safely. I had an opportunity to sit in front of the school for 2 days and watch. That was entertaining. I'm not sure, I felt a little unsafe, like I should have brought a bigger car. And then I got worried about the kids that were jaywalking and their parents that were jaywalking that people were blowing their horn at and waving at them. Not very friendly. Of course, the cars were speeding that were coming, so that didn't help. But there are some issues, and we all need to work on those together as a group, because we're all responsible for those little children. Adults are going to do what they're going to do, but we have to take care of the kids, because in a town of 161,000, by the way, they just told us the new census is coming. We have 75,000 people under the age of 28. I won't venture to say how many of those are little children. So we are responsible for getting to school. We have a lot of people that are either in a hurry to get to work or to Starbucks in the morning. So, but we got to work on making it safe. And we have a lot of children. So you know, there's 31 elementary schools in the city of Salinas. So if you think we have a problem here, they all have the similar problem. Except I think Veranda Meadows is kind of safe because it's backed off the road. And they have huge driveways and parking areas to get in and out. It does make a huge difference. I was out there recently, and when you go and see that, you go, wow, they did a really good job. They didn't build a school and then say, no, there's going to be a neighborhood right on top of it. So, but we'll come up with some ideas today. And there's one guy here that didn't get introduced, and he likes to remain anonymous. He's here. It's Gary Peterson. He's our Public Works Director for the city. And he loves to build roads and sidewalks and things, and he's starting on that now. So he'll be listening very closely to make sure Steve and I don't give the city away one meeting. So, but this is very important. I really do appreciate your invitation. Councilmember McShane, I'm going to have, this is his district, and he's very into his neighborhoods, and I think that's what counts. Steve?
Thank you, Joe. Let's give our mayor a round of applause. I'm going to acknowledge Supervisor Parker. I concur with her great work on early childhood development, as Frank said. And certainly to our superintendent, Martha, I'm looking forward to your literacy summit you have coming up. To Ms. Z, her commitment to this great school. You know, the Mustangs are strong and will always be strong. This is an action-packed lineup, but also an action-packed room as I look around. Certainly to our esteemed board member, Mrs. Ish, so thank you for being here, former council member Steve Ish. Not to mention the neighborhood participation. I think Salinas is built on and is strengthened by our neighborhoods, and I see Dennis Heckman here. He's actually behind our Mission Park Neighbors United group. And to Cynthia and also Kevin, active in the Los Olivos Riker Neighborhood Association, and as Amy and Steve are active in the Monterey Park Neighborhood Association, it's these neighborhood groups that really are the backbone of a close public voice and role that's so important. So for each and every one of you, thank you for coming today. I just will say the city is large, and our city council is so committed to each and every one of yours concern. And I think what always troubles me is when we don't know. What we don't know, we can't manage. And I have to say I brought a bunch of different resources, including my card, which includes all the vital phone numbers for the city of Salinas on the back. Probably the most popular, the one that I like the most, is the non-emergency number for our police department. That you can get a live body at any time. I shouldn't say any time, most of the time. And even if you are thinking it's not that big of a deal, or you're reporting something that may not be too urgent, again, every call is logged, and what we know we can better manage. I also have my little fancy brochures. This just talks about some of the priorities for the city, and again has those phone numbers on the back. I also brought Alert Monterey County. This is a great service that I know Supervisor Parker has been very instrumental in getting out there. This is disaster preparedness, right at your fingertips with your cell phone. And then also a favorite publication of mine, which is our guide to all of our code sections for the city of Salinas. Barking dogs, illegally parked cars, you name it. And of course, a shout out to our hardworking board member for the SPMH district, Ms. Carmen Gill. I tried to impress her by bringing our report to the community that she helped in putting together. I'm so proud of our healthcare district and the work that SPMH does. So just excited to be here and be a part of all of this. And again, want to thank Supervisor Parker for putting it together. And I will concur with the kind words about Mr. James Serrano. Thanks to this event, I must have gotten at least 24 calls, emails, and texts. And when those get exciting and I can't answer the questions, I send it to Gary or to James, and I understand he called back a lot of people today. Last but not least, where did Colleen go?
Right here.
Oh, I want to give her another hug, and I brought her a bottle of wine because she organized this whole thing, and she's doing a terrific job on the James team. You've got a remarkable team. Every time I call, I get a response right away, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, and aforementioned Colleen would like to get a picture of you, Lee, and the mayor. So if you could just come up here and stand here while I continue to talk, that would be fantastic.
serious stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's picture time. So thank you very much. Again, I appreciate everyone being here tonight, and what we're going to do is, we've had the school put down the tables and benches so that you can gather around the table. We're asking you, and we're asking the esteemed name tag people, and by the way, behind or with Benny Young from Public Works from the county is Enrique Saavedra, close enough, who really works with the nuts and bolts and makes Benny look good. So what I'm asking is for the name tag people to distribute yourselves among the groups. What we're going to ask you to do is to take about 5 to 7 minutes in your group to identify the issues that are up for you around all of this, and we'll kind of keep track of the time so we can tell you, okay, that part is up. Then we want to take about 5 to 7 minutes for you to brainstorm some possible solutions to those ideas. And if you would, as you gather in your groups, figure out someone who can be a recorder and who's going to report out. What we'll do after your conversations at the tables is have you report out your concerns and your ideas for possible solutions, and we'll have the assembled multitude of people with name tags to really talk a little bit about what they're seeing in terms of the trends, what might be possible, and then we'll wrap up with what might be some next steps and how we can report back to you to keep this moving. So if you would go ahead and kind of form a group at your tables and start in on a conversation about what you see as the issues in your neighborhood. We will